Um, well, if you saw last night's episode, you'd know that it was very good. Congratulations, Peter Capaldi. You did good. You did a good job. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you guys my review, how I like the show, my favorite parts in it. Make sure that when you put your comments down there that you like, subscribe to this video while you're already down there, and don't forget to send your responses to nerdworthy101@gmail.com. Tell us how you like the episode. Do you like Peter Capaldi more than the other Doctor? Do you think this series is even going to be good since they got a new Doctor? Um, so Alonzi. So the episode really high points for me personally were when Matt Smith was on Translore and Clara gets a call from him in the past. She was having really, a hard time dealing with the Doctor's new regeneration, it making him so old, and honestly, it was making him feel uncomfortable too because they can't figure out why he's old. Um, so there were several references to the past Doctors. One that was my favorite is the Doctor and Clara get caught in this dungeon type room, and what the Doctor does is he takes out his sonic screwdriver and he tries to get her to pass it to him, and and he says, "If Amy was here, we'd be out already." And she's like, "Who's Amy?" He's like, "Never mind. That's neither here nor there." Another reference was to the Fourth Doctor. Um, the Doctor's digging through this garbage and he's looking for something, and he's like, "It's really cold outside. I think I need a long scarf." And he's like, "No, wait a minute, that's gonna be stupid." But by far the best reference to Matt Smith was when they said Geronimo. And if you saw the episode, then you know that they were assisted by the friends after they got caught in the dungeon fighting the cyborg who was stealing pieces from other humans to make himself more human. Because apparently he didn't like being a robot. Other things about it though that I didn't like. Um, for instance, and these are just my little rants. I understand Doctor Who can be cheesy at times, so I'm not expecting this to be super important. But it's a cheesy. It can be a cheesy show. So these are just little things I thought were like a little weird. Didn't enjoy as much. Apparently, the Doctor can speak dinosaur, which I didn't know. The Doctor is Scottish. He has a Scottish accent, which was it didn't really bother me, but it was kind of weird not hearing a British accent. Um, I thought that was a little weird. Um, Use of the term "I am cross." Is that like the British version for "I am pissed"? I don't know. What else? What else? What else? Okay, so there's this part in the episode where they're in this restaurant and the patrons of the restaurant aren't actually humans and they're not actually eating. Which is kind of clearly apparent because they're doing this and they're eating or they're making the motion, and the Doctor is like, "Don't you know something odd about these people, Claire?" And she's like, "No, what?" And he's like, "They're not even eating or breathing." And I'm like, "Really, Claire? You can't tell when people are eating, aren't really eating or breathing when you're in a room with them?" It's not like it was like two or three people. I mean, the whole restaurant was just full of people making the motions of eating. And I was like, that's kind of hard to believe that you're that dense. And that made me a little cross. If you're wondering what I'm wearing, this is from the clothing line of Peter Capaldi, the 12th Doctor. I did not just come back from church. Um, so Claire gets trapped with the cyborg, which is basically the main antagonist of the story in this episode, which can be terrifying, especially since he's taking people, taking them apart, and taking their body parts. So, but there's a point in the episode where the Doctor, or not the Doctor, the cyborg, I'm sorry, I should say, takes off his hand because it's detachable, it's not his real hand, and there's a flamethrower that he shows, and it's like and he looks like he's about to burn her. But she starts screaming and crying, but they're a good 5 feet away from each other. Really? I mean, that is terrifying. A cyborg with a flamethrower hand, don't get me wrong. If I was in the same situation, I would have been scared too. But I wouldn't have screamed while he's staying 5 feet away from me. That gives me ample time to move out of the way. God, a lot of times I swear these actors went to the William Shatner School of Overacting. It's kind of, I don't know. So there's another point in the show, going back to where I mentioned before, the doctor, he's digging through the trash. He encounters a homeless person. In the next several scenes that Clara and the doctor are seen together, when they're at the restaurant, the doctor is wearing the homeless man's coat. The doctor just stole a guy's coat. And in the same episode, he steals a horse. So this doctor, the 12th Doctor, apparently is CJ from Grand Theft Auto, because he's just going around and just stealing people's stuff. And it's like, wow, I don't think Matt Smith would have ever done that. But we don't know. So that was kind of my I guess my little pet peeves I didn't like about the show. But in all, the show, it was really good. I can tell it's going to be a really good series. Next week's episode, don't miss that. I probably won't do a review for each episode. I just wanted to do this one because, you know, it's the Doctor. I mean, how do you not do this one? It's going to feature the Daleks, and they are back. They're actually smaller in real life. So don't miss that episode. That comes on next week. Actually, it would be this week. I will be giving you a review for Captain America: The Winter Soldier this week. Coming up this week, I will give you a review and I will be giving you a brief synopsis and my review of how I like the movie with Captain American apparel, because if you do the show, you should wear the shirts. Or is that a little bit too nerdy? Remember, nerdworthy101@gmail.com. Submit your statements, your favorite Doctor Who moments. Did you like the episode? Didn't you like the episode? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Make sure that while we're doing this and doing this, you hit that like button down there, and you also add your comment in and tell me how you like the video, or the premiere. I don't know, I keep saying video. Tell me how you liked the premiere. Did you think that Peter Capaldi did a good job, or did you think that, you know, you want Matt Smith back? I mean, we all want Matt Smith back, but apparently that's not an option. Until next time, YouTube. See you later.